guys, thank you for clicking on our video. My name is Frystine and my friend Ahmad, Zahrul, Firdaus. We are here going to share about Indonesia's integrated web-based aeronautical information system handling, or we call it iWish. Why iWish is developed and what is iWish yourself? My friend Zahrul will tell you about that.
iWish is developed by Indonesia to manage and mitigate volcanic eruption to ensure the flight, operation, and safety. iWish is decision-making mechanism and information model that is in the collaboration among related stakeholders, including BMKG.
Much of the world volcanic activity is concentrated around the so-called Ring of Fire. The Western Ring of Fire, which includes Kamchatka in Russia, Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea, has had many of the world's major historical eruptions, and the majority of documented aircraft encounters with volcanic ash. Indonesia has more than 127 active volcanoes with 5 million people active within the dangerous zones. Located in the Eurasian Plate, Pacific Plate, and Indo-Australian Plate are three active tectonic plates that cause the subduction zones. Airborne volcanic ash causes significant damage and increased costs to the aviation industry, since it has a demonstrated potential to cause major safety incidents, sometimes even at great distance from the eruption responsible for the ash. Aircraft should avoid volcanic ash encounters to the maximum extent possible. To reduce the risks, an international warning network has been progressively implemented, primarily over the last decade.
The International Average Volcano Watch is a complex system that requires cooperation between worldwide meteorological, aviation, and volcanological agencies, and exists under ICAO and the World Meteorological Organization. Procedure and standard of service have evolved rapidly to the point is warning system in the place. The standard or procedure of IAVW are set by ICAO and are negotiated between all IAVW participants, which report to the Air Navigation Commission. There is no global standards alert or measurement system for categorizing ongoing volcanic activity, while with hurricanes and cyclones have scales or categories that provide an international understanding of developing storm strength, and there is an affiliate network creating a global early warning system for tsunamis. There is no equivalent for a volcanic status. Volcanic eruptions are so unique that it is almost impossible to create a wide-ranging system to warn of current hazard and possible outcomes. The lack of international cohesion is due to the great variation both in the behavior of volcanoes themselves and the monitoring capabilities of their home nation, says the World Organization of Volcano Observatory. This leaves the world with a jumble of scale and levels, which can be grouped into three types. Pilots actually have a standardized way of assessing volcanic activity, though it's not particularly useful for us on the ground. ICAO color-coded method placed in a basis on one of the greatest volcanic hazard to the aircraft. In 2009, the United States Geological Survey standards the alert notification system across its volcanic observatories. It is composed of icons meant to correspond to the aviation color. However, because hazards in the air and on the ground are different, at times the level will change independent of one another. The majority of countries have some form of numeric system, but even if numbers correspond across scales, the severity of what they indicate will differ significantly. Indonesia is an example of a country using a numeric system. Its category ranges from 1 to 4.
On 24 June 1982, British Airways Flight 09 Boeing 747 from London Heathrow flew into a cloud of volcanic ash thrown up by the eruption of Mount Galunggung, Indonesia. This resulted in the failure of all four engines.
Mayday, Mayday. This is Eagle 9. We have lost all four engines. Repeat, we have lost all four engines.
Roger, dibuat 9. Jakarta. Understand you have lost number 4 engine.
Chicago, Eagle 9. Mayday, Mayday. We have lost all four engines. there is a possibility we may have to ditch.
The ash cloud that was dry caused it did not appear on the weather radar, which was designed to detect moisture in clouds. The aircraft landed safely in Jakarta, although the crew found it difficult to see anything through the windscreen, which was sandblasted by the ash.
Until today, it remains challenging to inform aircraft flight of the exact location of potentially dangerous ash clouds on their flight path, particularly shortly after the eruption has occurred. The difficulties include reliable forecasting and detecting the onset of significant explosive eruption on a global basis. Since the time, Indonesia has developed an integrated web-based aeronautical information system handling, or iWish, that was launched in September 2019. It is an early awareness system regarding the operation of aircraft that are suspected of being contaminated with volcanic ash or at aerodromes with runway volcanic ash contamination. iWish ensured harmonization among authorities in order to provide a structure for decision-making and handling volcanic ash impacts to aviation safety. iWish as a system support the implementation of collaboration decision-making, or CDM, by involving the regulator, air navigation service provider, meteorological agency, volcanology agency, airport operator, airline operator, ground handling, and other stakeholders in order to build an operational concept for flight into ash-contaminated airspace and for the closure of airspace. For our better understand about the iWish, let's take a look at this flight navigation Direktorat from the Ministry of Transportation of Republic Indonesia.
Indonesian Ministry of Transportation presents you iWish Indonesia. Since Indonesia lies in Ring of Fire, Volcano Module provides real-time volcanic activity reports. Collaborative Decision-Making, or CDM, allows all stakeholders of volcanic activity to communicate directly via chat and teleconference to define a better decision. Interactive module provides detailed information of airports, airspaces, and routes, navades and waypoints. This navigation information is visualized in an interactive map. Indonesian Air Navigation Carbon Emission Calculator is published as part of iWish web application. It calculated the carbon dioxide emission from each flight segments. Care module helps to support for any questions, feedbacks and complaints from all iWish users. Post-flight report module provides interface for pilots to submit their report on the finding of communication, navigation aids, lighting and meteorological events during their flight. PIB module provides information on valid NOTAM of all airports and airspaces. GPS RAIM Predict tool provides information on the integrity of GP.
Electronic of Aeronautical Information Publication, or EAIP, is also part of iWish application. Publication module allows ANSP personnel to update and monitor of aeronautical information publication amendment process. AIXM 5.1 module converts EAIP data into exchange model format to be used by other systems.
So, how user can use the iWish? My friend Marie will tell you about that.
So how user can use the iWish? Before we jump into that, we should know first about the authority and the responsibility to related stakeholders of the iWish system, especially the BMKG role on it. Here, we cite the Regulation of Air Transportation General Directorate number 153 of the year of 2019 about the procedure of collaborative decision-making of volcanic ash handling on aeronautical operation using iWish media. The related stakeholders in the iWish system are the Direktorat of Aviation Navigation, Geology Authority, Meteorology Watch Office or MWO, Area Control Center or ACC Unit, Flow Control Unit or Air Traffic Flow Management or AFTM Unit, NUTAM Office, Airport Authority Office, Airline Company, and Airport Company. The authority of related stakeholders are the Super Administrator, Contributor, Observer, and General User. The Super Administrator is the Direktorat of Aviation Navigation who monitors and supervises all of the activity on iWish media and ensures that all the administrators, contributors, and observers are active in all of the CDM process. The administrators is the Airport Authority Office who leads CDM process, sets the contributor and observers, and also maintain their database, ensures that all of the information are valid and new, delivers the result decision in the CDM, and also sets and ends the CDM process. The contributors are the stakeholders that deliver the volcanic ash information with active coordination with administrators and observers. VMKG, represented by the MWO, is one of the iWish contributors. The observers are the stakeholders that deliver the observation result and also analysis for alternative mitigation during the CDM process. The observers also collaborate with administrator and contributor. VMKG, represented by Ahmad Office, is one of the iWish observers. The general users are the stakeholders that use and monitor the latest information about the volcanic activity and for the volcanic ash scatters and also monitor the decision result of the CDM process. This is the table of the responsibilities of the related stakeholders. The responsibility for delivering volcanic ash notification that will be the basic reference for CDM process is for the Center for Volcanology and Geological Hazard Mitigation or PVMG, Meteorology Watch Office MWO, and NOTAM Office. The responsibility for delivering volcanic ash information that will be the supporting reference of the CDM process is for the MET Office, MWO, NOTAM Office, Area Control Center Unit, Air Traffic Flow Management Unit, Airline Staff, and Volcano Observer. This is the mechanism of information and coordination of volcanic ash handling to aeronautical operation. After all of the material we have paid our attention to, let's go to the iWish website. First, we have to log in. But if you don't have the account, you should register at the AIM website. If you have already the account, you could log in. For our information, browsing on the iWish website requires good internet connection. Again, we could see the selection mode of the iWish web. There are several modes that are limited for certain users, but we will show all of the modes as far as we can. The home mode is automatically referred to the volcano mode. Next, we choose the en route mode. The en route mode shows the flight map for the domestic and international, and also the VFR for the visual flight routes. You can click the detailed information to choose for the domestic or international, and also choose the map style, the basic or satellite map. The en route mode will display the route's name, waypoint, coordinates, route group, VFR, direction classified by area, visual checkpoint, or VFR. Next, the volcano and CDM mode. Volcano mode shows the volcano all over the Indonesia. The volcano status is represented by its color. This is the color guide of the volcano status. You can click to the properties to get the newest information that have shared by the observer and contributors, and customize the map that you desire, just like the en route properties for. We can click one of the volcanoes to get the information of the ash time, fauna, segment, method, species, army warning information, spatial air report, and paper test. We can also get the ash time forecast for certain volcanoes and also the shortcut to its CDM. Next, we go to the CDM mode. In the CDM mode, we can see the list of volcanoes and its status by its color. We could choose one of the volcanoes and jump into the desired volcano. We can click the CDM properties that delivered by the related stakeholders group of the volcano. Each volcano may have different members. In the CDM, there are the menu of log, chat, teleconference, and report menu. Log menu shows the data log, action scheme, and volcanic ash exercise kit. Chat menu is a real-time chat platform that is used by contributors to deliver the related information. Teleconference menu is used to join the video conference. The chat and teleconference menu is limited for certain use. This is the chat and the teleconference display from the regulation attachment. The report menu is used to get the desired report from stakeholders. Users can choose type of the report based on the stakeholders and or the type of the message. Next, the nav-aids mode. Nav-aids mode is limited for certain use. This is the nav-aid display from the regulation attachment. The nav-aids show the navigation aids digital map in Indonesia accompanied with its status, whether it is normal or unserviceable, and also its nota. Next, the Fear Airspace mode. The Fear Airspace mode is limited for certain user. This is the Fear display for certain user from the regulation attachment. Fear displays the map of flight information region of Ujung Pandang and Jakarta in 2 dimension and 3 dimension. It also shows the airspace size and classification. Next, the PIB mode. The PIB mode is limited for a certain user. This is the PIB from the attachment of the regulation. The PIB mode shows the pre-flight information bulletin data that the user desires. The PIB is displayed per point in the map and user can see its nota. Next, the aerodrome mode. The aerodrome mode is limited for certain user. This is the aerodrome mode from the regulation attachment. The aerodrome mode shows the airport's location in Indonesia for user to search the flight data and map in the desired airport. And next, the publication mode. User can submit, check, and or validate the aeronautical information publication draft. The submitting and checking menu is limited for certain user. There is also one special thing about the iWish media. That is the iWish offline, or we call it iChat. iWish offline displays the modes that are also available in the website and the form of the mobile apps. The data is displayed semi-online, that the data will be downloaded from the server to the device and can be used on it. iWish offline is limited for certain use. This is the iWish offline display from the attachment of the regulation.
Okay guys, that's all we want to share to you in this video. Thank you for paying attention.
We apologize for mistakes we may have done. See you! By the way, as As we discussed in the beginning of this video, we know that Indonesia is one of the countries that has the highest number of volcanoes. One of the stakeholders that are responsible for the volcanic activity is the VAAC, or Volcanic Ash Avoidance Center. VAAC is responsible to provide advice to the aviation industry, including VMKG, about the location and the movement of potentially hazardous volcanic ash. VAAC has 9 regions all over the world, and Indonesia is in the region 9. But the question is, why that one of the VAAC is not located in Indonesia? But that is another topic. See you!